Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the SH Figuarts Super Mario Brick option set. So this is the second option set, the one that's a little bit better I think, and this is the third of the Mario sets altogether. I'll show you at the end of this video what they all three look like so you can get an idea of that. And like I said, this is probably the best one. It kind of shows you what we have back there, but let's just look at the real thing because packaging is boring. So what we have in the box, we have a green base. Finally, we have some resemblance of all of those. Resemblance? Some semblance? That doesn't sound like a word. Either way, we have something that looks kind of like all of those super awesome displays that they kept showing at all the conventions. That's pretty good. However, across these three option part sets, including the original one with Mario, we get one lousy friggin' base. That means for all of this stuff, especially all the things that have to go in the air, it has to all connect to this single base unless you're going to buy more. So now not only do we have to buy three sets to get everything, we have to buy more of this one if we want to put everything where it belongs. That's pretty irritating. So we get the base, we get one solid straight upright piece, clear acrylic, so that can peg in there. We'll just do it as we go. Oh, that can't peg in there, it goes this way. Okay, I just opened this by the way, so pardon the difficulties. So that goes there, okay? And we also get, well, I'll point out, we also get the question mark block, another one of those. So we have two of those in total now. We get two of these brick blocks, painted well, no sculpting on these. Question mark block, lots of sculpting. These, no sculpting. They do have the little keyholes in them, just like the question mark block. We get another coin, only has the round thing in it though, not the keyhole, so it cannot go on top of this. And then we get two more bases for the coin, just like before, the tall one and the short one. We get another Goomba, just like the other one, exactly the same thing. And we get a flexible stick, whatever it's called, upright piece. This is the one we're going to use for Mario, I assume. I haven't checked yet, but I'm positive. Almost positive. And we have finally a new butt flap for Mario so that he can actually use the stand, which would be nice to have him come with one in the first place, but they didn't. Alright, so now we have this clear piece, and this will sit on top of this piece. Okay, so we'll just set that there. I think I'm doing it backwards technically because of where the lettering is, but I think it'll work. There we go. Can't see in the camera. So we have the upright piece. So that pegs into there, that pegs into there, and now all of these holes on top, or all these pegs, are actually the keyhole shape. So we have to use the question mark block, and of course these can be rearranged however you want. And so finally we can put these in the air. Like I said in the beginning, it's nice to finally be able to put the things where they belong. Granted, we didn't have any of the brick blocks before, but now that we have the brick blocks, we can also put the question mark block on there. It seems a little crooked to me. Let's see, maybe it's not. It sure looks crooked though, and I can't seem to fix it. It's on straight. Yeah, it's definitely crooked. What's up with that? Let's try to straighten it all out. Question mark block doesn't fit. Oh, that's because it goes on there. Stupid me. Okay, let's put it all back together and see. Yeah, it's still crooked. That's lovely. So it's probably the upright's bent. That's nice. Fresh out of the package and bent. So there we go. We can do that. If you wanted to put the coin on there, we can put the coin on there like it popped up. Like that. And then we can have a Goomba walking on there if you wanted to also. That's all fine. It can hold it. That's okay. That's dandy. So those pieces are all right. Aside from this being bent, I'm pretty happy with this. It does look like it's supposed to look. Everything's fairly functional. I'm all right with that. No disappointment really there other than the fact that it's bent. So we'll set those aside. That's fine like that. Now we can also pop out these things here, and that's how we're going to get Mario in the air finally. So we can use this and get Mario in the air. I'd like to point out, there's no way to get the Goomba in the air like he's just walked off the edge and he's about to fall down to the next level. You can't do that. No peg holes for this. I'm sure you could probably wedge something in somewhere, but you can't get that in the air either, so that's kind of silly. Alright, let's look at Mario, and let's take out his butt flap and put his new butt flap in, which has the giant hole in it, giant peg slash hole, which they could have just sculpted into him like they've done on every other figure, but they haven't. Oh guys, it's disappointing. So that peg's in there. That's ugly. Why'd they put a giant thing sticking off his ass so you can peg the thing in? I don't like that at all. Pardon my French. I'm not even going to bust those open because I'm just going to put this back in the package for now. But this peg's in there, and finally we can get Mario in the air like he's jumping. It does have 4 joints in it, so that'll be handy. Although you can't pose Mario all that well, so what are you going to do with all those joints? I don't know. I don't get it. It's rather irritating. But you can pose him. So just while we're here, I'll show you the best jumping pose I can give him. I'll loosen his head a little bit to make it look better. Put his arm down, put this arm up. And this is the best jumping pose you can give him. That's it. It's not bad, but don't expect to get anything else out of it. So if you want to have him punching a block, we'll set it up again real quick because that's what we're here for, after all. So if you want to get him punching a block, and I'll just hold the upright since that doesn't change anything really, you can do it. But it doesn't even give him any height. The shortness of the upright for the blocks, it's almost the same height as Mario. So if you want him to jump, forget about it. What the hell, man? That's irritating. I don't like the way they did this. Nothing is executed effectively. It's really disappointing, and I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing people say how cool it is. All I can think about is how much better it should have been. Even for the price, it could have been better. And even if they wanted to charge a little bit more, they should have and made it better. Overall, this thing is just really a really poor excuse for what could have been an extremely well-received figure. So that is why I'm so disappointed. And I hope I'm not completely discouraging you guys from getting this, just because, as I said, it is probably the best Mario we're going to get. So we don't have too many choices here, but it would be nice if they were at least aware of our displeasure. So, you know, it's up to you, but that's how I feel about the whole deal. So I'm going to get everything set up as I can to show you what we have in total. I'll put that there. Lots of things. And so, like I said, I don't want to discourage you completely just because there are some really nice things about this set. Mostly the fact that it's the only good Mario we have. But it's really not as good as it should have been. So that's everything in all 3 sets. So I think that's like 20 for Mario and maybe 25 or 20 for each of the other sets. So at best it's $60 plus tax and shipping. I mean, I guess it's worth it, but like I said, everything that they should have executed above and beyond, as SH Figuarts tends to do, Bandai Japan tends to do, they really let the ball drop. They let the cookie crumble. That's not a saying, not in that way anyway, but it's just not as good as it should have been, so that's why I'm disappointed. I'd like to hear what you guys think. I'm sure people are going to say I'm being too harsh, but I think if you actually have the figure in hand, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So hopefully that is the case. And we'll see what happens in the future. I talked to the guy at Toy Fair. He said they'd like to really expand upon the Mario universe now that they have the license. So I'm hoping they learn as they go and we end up with better and more well-executed items, but we'll see. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.